Okay, so this is your first chapter, hardware and software. So in previous years, you have already learned what is a hardware and what is a software. In simple terms, hardware is the parts of the computer that we can touch and feel. That is all electromechanical. Yes?
I have textbook.
Okay, very good, very good. You can read your textbook after the class. Okay.
Okay.
This hardware and software. Hardware is the all electromechanical components of the computer. That is the parts of the computer that we can touch and feel. Then another part is software. Software is the instructions we give to the computer. That is hardware to work. It is a program or a set of program. Generally we call it a software. A program is a set of commands, a group of commands. Okay, hardware and software. So in the introduction part, you can see that you all must have played games on a computer. In first standard, second standard, you are playing games in the computer lab. Anyone can tell one game name? Computer game name? Okay, Bubble Palace. Yes. Okay. Paint is not a game, but Paint is also a software. Okay. Okay, very good. The games that you play are examples of software. MS Paint is also an example of software using which you can draw pictures. Notepad is another software using which you can type text. Then whereas the parts like keyboard, mouse that help you to play games are examples of hardware. That means these are the parts that you can touch and feel, but game you cannot touch and feel. It will be playing inside the computer. So the parts that help you to play the game are hardware. This mouse, keyboard, etc. are part of the hardware. Then the game that you play in the computer is software. So this you already learned in your previous classes also. Okay. When we draw something using the mouse in the Paint program, then the mouse is the hardware and Paint program is the software. So Paint all of you know. Yes or no? So this software all of you know, MS Paint. So now using mouse, we can select any tool and we can draw pictures. Okay, now this mouse I am using in my computer and this MS Paint is the software. Okay, so all of you are familiar with this MS Paint. Okay, that is an example for software. Then mouse is an example for hardware. Then the mouse is the hardware and the Paint program is the software. Hardware and software are the two elements of a computer system. To work a computer, you need hardware and software. If you have hardware alone, then you cannot work the computer because hardware alone cannot work. On the hardware, we have to give some commands or instruction. For that we are using software. So hardware and software are the two elements of the computer system. Now let us study hardware and software in details. Now what is hardware? Hardware is a collection of all those parts of a computer that we can see and touch. I told you that we can touch and feel. All parts that we can touch and feel are called hardware. Then it refers to all physical parts of the computer. Physical means any part that we can touch. It refers to all physical parts of a computer system. Now, different types of hardware. These types of hardware based on its function. Then by function, duty. Based on its function or duty, hardware is of three types. Hardware can be broadly classified into three types. That is input device. Input device, for working anything in the computer, you have to give some commands or data. For that, you are using an input device. Game, when you are playing, you will be using keyboard or mouse. Your keyboard and mouse is the input device while you are playing the game. Now you got what is input device. So this is one type of hardware. A device used to input data is called an input device. It means any hardware part using which you can give data or instructions to the computer. That device is called, or that hardware is called, input device. The next is processing device. Process means working. Processing means working of data on the instructions you are giving. Okay. A device used to process. Process means work on. A device used to work on data and instructions is called an processing device. A device used to process data and instructions is called a processing device. So we will be giving data and instruction using the input device. When the data and instruction reaches inside the processing device will process that based on your instruction. For example, using the input device, you are giving an instruction add 5 plus 5. Then inside the processing unit, that 5 and 5 will be added, and 10 result will be there inside the processing device. Then after that, you want to get the result from the processing device. For that purpose, we are using output device. Output device is used to get back the result from the processing device, or we want to get the output after processing. Now let us see what is output device. A device used to output data is called an output device. Output means to bring the result from the processing device. That is called output, meaning of output. A device used to bring the result from the processing unit is called an output device. Okay, now you are familiar with what is input device, what is processing device, what is output device. Okay, now let us see what is input device. Input device, the data and instructions that you enter into the computer is called the input. Whatever you give to the computer for processing or for working is called as input. Input can be either data or instruction. For example, if you say add 5 and 5, add is the instruction, 5 and 5 is the data. Okay. The computer parts that are used to input data and instructions into a computer are called input devices. Told you already, any device that is used to input, to give data and instructions into a computer is called as input device. The most common input devices which are nowadays found in a computer system are, can you tell me the most common input devices? Anyone can tell me? When you are working with computer, which device you are giving to give input to the computer? Keyboard. Okay, keyboard and mouse you are using. In the computer lab, you are using keyboard and mouse for giving input to the computer. Okay, here more input devices are there: keyboard, mouse, scanner, microphone, webcam. Any problem there? Okay, let us see what is keyboard. A keyboard is the most commonly used input device. It is used to enter data or text into the computer. Mainly if you want to give data or commands in the form of text, we will be using keyboard. So a keyboard is the most commonly used input device. It is used to enter data or text into a computer, especially when we are typing text or giving commands in the form of text. The next is mouse. A mouse is a pointing device. Pointing device means using which you can point on any part of the screen. Now you can see I am pointing the mouse on the pictures. Now I am pointing the mouse on the title bar. You can move and point. That is the meaning of pointing device. You can move to any part on the screen and you can point to that place. So that is pointing device. A mouse is a pointing device. It is used to point, select. So when you click and drag, this text is now selected. When you click on a tab, that tab is selected. Okay. So you can click for selecting using the pointing device, that is using mouse. It is used to point, select and move any object on the screen. Move means to take from one place and keep it on another place. So that is moving. Okay, for all this purpose you can use mouse. The next is scanner. You can see a picture here, scanner. Scanner is used to copy printed text or images from paper to a computer. For example, if you have a good picture in your textbook or in your diary, you want to store it in your computer. You cannot give it through the keyboard or mouse. Computer cannot take a picture through keyboard or mouse. For that purpose, you need a special device. This is just like a photostat machine. Photostat machine, all of you know. When you take a photostat, same copy you will get, but copy will be in another paper. But in scanner, you will be getting the same copy, but copy will be in a image file format in your computer. It should be saved in a file, that is image file, just like a paintbrush file or a MS Paint file, picture file. It will be stored into the computer. That is the use of scanner. Digitizing the images. Digitizing means converting the picture into computer format. That is the meaning of digitizing. The scanner is used to digitize the images and store the image in a computer. So that is another input device, scanner. So next one is microphone. Now I need to explain this microphone. Okay, mic, all of you know. That is a device used for recording. Using microphone, you can record your voice and save it in your computer. All of you are now using in WhatsApp, voice recording. You will be sending voice clips to your friends or families. So that is using a microphone in your mobile phone. Similarly, in computer, microphones are there. So microphone is used to record your voice or any other sound on the computer. If you want to record some song or music, a mic is needed. So you have to connect a microphone to your computer. Some computers are coming with built-in mic. No need a separate mic. That computer will be having a mic, just like your mobile phone is coming with a built-in mic. You are not adding a separate mic for your mobile phone. There is a small microphone inside your mobile phone. Similarly, latest computers are having built-in microphone, so you will not see this big size microphone. Okay. So if microphone is not in your computer, you have to connect a microphone for recording. So next one is webcam or web camera. Web means website. This camera is mainly used for in website for chatting, video calling, etc. Now you are seeing my video. This is using a webcam on my computer. Now you can see I am talking to you using a mic in my hand. So this is with the help of my webcams. So it is usually used for chatting or recording You can see remote things. Suppose you are going out of your home. If you make your webcam on, you can watch your house while you are away from home. So that is a facility. That is why we call it as webcam. Okay. A webcam or web camera is used to capture photos and videos. It can also capture photos. It is usually connected to a computer. Normally it is connected to a computer, and it can also be connected to some other devices that you see in shops. Special devices are there for connecting webcams. So these days computers and laptops come with a built-in webcam. Nowadays most of the laptops are coming with a built-in webcam, and latest monitors are also having a webcam. On the monitor top side you can see the camera. A small camera will be there, that is webcam. It is used for video conferencing on the internet. That is conferencing discussions among people sitting in a group or a hall is called conference. So if you are doing that meeting with the help of video, not sitting in a single room, now we are part of a video conference. I am talking to you and all of you are listening. Okay, when you are talking to me, I also will be listening. So this is an example for video conference. Now we are part of a video conference. Okay, but one side only, because you are not talking, you are not replying. So if you have any doubt or you need any clarification, you can unmute your mic and you can talk. That is the use of this video conference. Okay. So that is webcam. So these are the commonly used input devices in the computer. That is keyboard, mouse, scanner, microphone, webcam. Okay. Now come to processing device. You can see a picture here. Intel Core 2 Code. Intel Core 2 Code. This is a microprocessor. This is a small chip inside every CPU or inside every computer. This is the brain of your computer, or in other words, this is the processing unit. All processing will be done inside this microprocessor. Okay, all other components are supporting this microprocessor. This is the main heart or brain of your computer. Now, the CPU or the central processing unit is an important part of the computer that does the processing. So this small chip is the processor, and it will be inside the central processing unit box or CPU box. Okay, it processes data and instructions given by the input device. So whatever you are giving input through the keyboard or mouse will be reaching this processor, and processor will be doing your instruction based on the given data, and the result will be displayed on the monitor. Okay, it is also called the brain of the computer, or it is also called the brain. In some textbook you can see heart of the computer. So that is the main part. It is placed inside the CPU cabinet. That is CPU cabinet, one black box you can see near your monitor. Lab, all of you have seen that CPU box. Yes or no? Say yes or no. Can you hear me? Okay. Yes. You have to respond. Otherwise, I will think you are sleeping there, because it is good time to sleep. Very raining, isn't it? Okay, don't sleep. Now, next is output device. The devices through which we get the output. I told you, after doing the work, processor will send the result or output to the monitor. So that is discussing here. The devices through which we get the output from a computer are called output devices. Monitor is one output device. Printer is another output device. Okay. Whatever device which can accept output. What? What you told? 4 o'clock, 3:30 to 4 is the time. You didn't got the timetable. Okay, you want to finish fast? Okay, we have to follow. Okay, we have to follow the timetable. Okay, 3:30 to 4 is our time for computer. Okay, the two most commonly used output devices are the monitor and printer. Monitor, in the monitor we can see the result. What you see on the monitor is called as textbook. What you see on the monitor, yes. Okay. Monitor is the most commonly used output device. Monitors are also known as visual display units because whatever output textbook you have to buy from the school, contact the office, textbook is available in the school. Okay, contact the office and go and collect at a convenient time. So this monitor is also called as visual display unit. Visual means that you can see, output you can see on the monitor. Then this output that you see on the monitor is known as soft copy. Soft copy. The next is printer. Printer is another output device. We use the printer to print the output displayed on the monitor on a sheet of paper. So what you see on the monitor, if you want to take on a paper, we need this output device called printer. So printer will take the output on a sheet of paper. That means what you see on the monitor will be printed on the paper. Then the printed copy that we get from the printer is called hard copy. Okay, hard copy is the output that we get on the paper from a printer. Soft copy is the output that you see on the monitor. Okay, soft copy is not permanent. When you turn off your computer or you change it to some other program, soft copy will be lost. But hard copy means it is permanent. That is why it is called hard copy. Okay, next is speakers and headphones. Speakers and headphones do the same purpose through which you can listen to audios. So speakers and headphones are output devices which are used to listen to music and sound effects from a computer. Okay, so whatever sound output is coming from your computer, you can listen with the help of speakers and headphones. So these are the hardware parts that you mainly see in a computer. Other hardware parts are there, that is additional parts you can add that to your computer if you need.